everybody, and welcome to the iShine podcast. I'm so excited to be here. I am your host, Angela Lewis, A Love, and y'all know we are restarting this thing over because I thought that we were going to be on the broadcast earlier. So thank you for coming on in, tuning in with me because I have a special treat tonight. I have the queen herself looking all fabulous over there with that red lipstick stick popping, baby. Look at them. That's how they do, girl, when they all royal and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Girl, they do all that. But anyway, I'm really want to give y'all an opportunity to share this broadcast out. We're going to talk about all things running the queendom, family, business, legacy. We are talking about getting you SheEO'd. So if you don't know what that is, then I suggest that you send something to your mom and your cousins, your aunties, your best friends, honey, your business partners, because we got something for everybody. Because this lady right here is a wealth of knowledge. So I want to make sure you get into all the SheEO community. Hey, y'all, glad to see you. Make sure y'all tag somebody because this is going to be good. So while everybody is doing that, Kellye Bowens, welcome and hello.
Hello. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely fabulous. And look at us, honey. We are blending. Listen, with this, we got the
Boom.
red, black, and white, baby. Boom, boom. See, that's what it means to be in sync. Listen, on the senior leadership team, and then she's the visionary. So we done got this thing sold up. So y'all need to be a part of this team so y'all see how it rolls, right? But at any rate, Kellye, I want to kind of get started off by having you really share with everybody a little bit about who is Kellye Bowens.
All right. Well, again, thank you so much for having me on tonight. Again, my name is Kellye Bowens. I am by trade the owner of Visionology Event Management and the brand. By purpose, I am the founder of the SheEO district, of which the beautiful Miss Angela A. Love Lewis is one of my senior leaders. So I am originally from Tennessee. I'm just a country girl living the big city dream is what I like to say. So I'm originally from a town called Springfield, Tennessee, which is about 30 minutes outside of Nashville. Moved to Nashville and then made my way here to Atlanta in 2006. And so I've been here, almost 20 years now. Time goes by so fast, but I've been here in Atlanta almost 20 years. I am the wife of Javon Bowens, the mother of three beautiful boys, ages 12, 27, and 28, and a beautiful granddaughter, age 4. I love helping women at my core. I love helping women to succeed and live life at its maximum capacity holistically. I am an advocate that we are a multi-layered being, and each layer of our being needs to be serviced in order for us to maximize our life while we are here on our earth. And so God has blessed me and charged me to do such, and He has equipped me with the grace and the people to get it done. And again, just thankful to be here on this iShine podcast with you.
Yes, see, that's what I'm talking about. Just all royal, get it all together. Really, I just want her to be just look. So for everybody who says hello, Erica, hey, sweetheart.
Hey,
There's a few people that saying hello. Erica's giving us kisses and hearts. They didn't put their name on here, but they said we look beautiful. So thank you. We appreciate it. So y'all know we are broadcasting on multiple platforms. So if you can give StreamYard permission so that your comments show up with your name. If not, then we're just gonna be like boom, boom. When we get at the end of the broadcast, go back so that we can tap in and say hello and just let you know how much we appreciate you being a part of this broadcast. So I'm not going to waste any time. I see Tammy's watching. Let me see who else. Cynthia Marie. Hey, ladies. She said, hey,
ladies.
A few other people. Robin. Hey. So we just want to kind of get into here and get started with Kellye because I want y'all to just tap in and make sure you ask questions because this is the time while we have her right here, because listen, she probably multitasking. She's looking at the screen and probably doing 88 things on the side. So don't let that red lipstick and smile fool you. She's over here a mogul making things happen. So Kellye, please share with us about creating a community like the SheEO district. How did you come up with the concept? And then how did you get the intestinal fortitude to move forward with such a huge task?
Awesome. So you're using big words. I'm gonna have to go to my dictionary first, see what you just said. Look. I'm gonna have to go see what I'm gonna have to interpret that question. No, I'm just kidding. So I will like dial it all the way back to set it up to actually answer your question to make it make sense. So um, when I moved here to Atlanta, I like to say I had a Moses moment back when I was in Tennessee, not making all the right decisions, not associating myself with the right people. And God told me that I was going to need to move away in order for him to give me what he needed to give me. Right. And so I did that. And when I got to Atlanta, really didn't have any family here at the time other than my aunt, who, I was sleeping on her floor, on her couch for 3 months. Mm-hmm. And when I got here and got settled, I still didn't have the mindset to receive what God had me to receive. So I was in a season of still having that old mindset, just in a new place, which didn't pan out to anything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? And so everything, I moved without the renewing of my mind. Right. So technically nothing changed. I just moved the mess to another location. Right. Ooh. So no progress, just moved the mess to another location. And it wasn't until I started my personal development journey that God started to reveal the reason that I was here. It all started to make sense. And then and only then did it start to make sense, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still down here with this same behavior. I'm seeing the same results as I did when I was in Tennessee. What's going on. So, I tell everybody, like, everything always starts with the mind. And if your mind is not renewed, if you're not where you want to be, your first step is starting with the renewal of your mind. You can go wherever you want to go, to the ends of the earth, right? You're just going to take that trash and that stinking thinking and that mindset right with you. You're going to have the same results across the pond as you did wherever you left, right? And so when I started that personal development journey, God started to send mentors. He started to send like-minded people. And eventually, I was ready for my purpose to be revealed to me. I had it already. We're sitting here with purpose. We never lose it. Like, we suppress it. Life causes us to suppress our purpose. So our purpose never leaves us. And if you're like me, I was, turning 35 and wondering, like, what is going on? I can do all these things well. I have a winner's mentality, but I don't know what my purpose is. And it started to bother me. You get in your 30s and you in that kind of, I'm done kicking it phase. I'm tired of going out, and into the reflection, like, what am I doing with my life?
Yes.
So I was there, and God started to reveal my purpose to me. And now, on the other side of knowing my purpose, I knew why it wasn't revealed to me in that time when my mind wasn't renewed, because I mishandled it. Right. And our purpose to God is just like a newborn baby. It is that precious. Right. So we birth, our purpose. So think of us handling a newborn baby. We wouldn't let our 5-year-old take care of a newborn baby. Right. So think about that when God is revealing our purpose to us. We can't, unless we're ready to handle it, we would mishandle it. Right. And because our purpose is tied to you being a part of someone's journey on their path to giving their lives over to God or for the kingdom, we can't mishandle that, because you're going to mess up your piece of the process for someone's soul, right? So it's that's deep, but it's that deep, right?
So let's put a pause on there, Kellye, before you go further, because I need people to get that piece of it, that sometimes people think it doesn't take all of that, but when you're talking about purpose, it is a huge thing. It is something that can take a person to the next level, or it can keep them stagnant and never going anywhere. And so we have to, like you say, if you liken it to somebody's soul in the kingdom, then you can't just play. That ain't no patty caking with that. You got to take that thing seriously. And so I hear, let's see, Cynthia Marie says, come on and speak. Tammy said, the teacher arrives when the student is ready. You better come on, Tammy. Yes, the teacher arrives when the student is ready. And what Kellye really spoke about is mindset, and that if you're in a mess, but you take you with you wherever you go. So if you're not developed fully with your mind, if you're saying that I want something different, but you're still doing the same old thing, then you can't expect just because you relocate to get something better. You can't expect it just because you change jobs is going to be better, because if your mindset is still stank and stuck, then you're going to still have ugly things happen to you. Baby, write it down. Stank and stuck. Then you're still going to have that same little ugly behavior and that same little foolishness that you used to. So I love that, you have been able to recognize it and understand that what God gave you was something so precious that you had to, number one, shift up here in order to shift into what he had given you. So take it up from there, ma'am.
Okay. So, and one little piece, one caveat that I did leave off when I turned 35, right? So I had a misunderstanding of purpose. I had a misunderstanding of purpose and gifts and talent. So they are two separate entities. My mistake was I had them in one bucket. I had them as if they were one entity, right? And so with the renewing of my mind, with the personal development, getting into my word, reading books, being around the right people, because it takes all that. It takes, listen, it is a recipe of all that. So you say it don't take all that. Yes, it does. Right? And so in that you get a revelation, and God revealed to me that these are two separate entities. Your purpose, and then your gifts and your talents and your passion, which the word says will make room for you. We'll make room for you where? In your purpose. Right?
Come on, break it on
God
down.
uses your gifts, talents, your passion, what you're passionate about, for you to earn income, money, resources, because we need money to move stuff forward. Don't get it twisted, right? We need resources. We need people. Your gifts and talents are helping you to meet people. That's why networking is so important, right? It helps you, you develop your talent, but it all trickulates over into your purpose. And I'm going to give you an example. I use my gift of event planning and event management to plan events for the SheEO district, which is my purpose. So God is utilizing something I'm passionate about and something that I'm gifted with to mesh with my purpose. Everything that God does is perfect, right? So we got sometimes we got to sit back and let God download that and make it make sense for us, right? Everything God does is perfect. So he wouldn't send you a gift and that gift not be tied to the assignment that he sent you here for.
You better preach, Reverend Kellye. Come on. Yes, I don't think they're ready for it, because bottom line, you have to understand, like you said, there's a separation in the gifts and the talents, and that your purpose will allow you to utilize the gifts that God has given you. And so being able to understand that, number one, is business 101. You think it's out getting a logo or getting your LLC or all that, but you got to understand what you're here for and what he's assigned you to, so that you can get it right. Because you can start multiple businesses, but if it's not really what you're supposed to be doing, you will never manifest it to the greatness that God has called you to. You know, when somebody's in alignment, it's kind of sort of like when they said back in the day about, it's people who can, it's a difference between anointing and talent. You know, when you're anointed, it really doesn't matter because everything is coming together, and it's just like boom, boom, boom. All cylinders are firing exactly like they're supposed to be, and there's a exchange in the atmosphere to where things happen. When anointing is present, that's when things are taking place. That's when things are happening. Now you can have somebody talented, and there's a few people that might be like, oh yeah, that's good, but the anointing can lay out in the spirit a whole bunch of foolishness and people, and how you slaying, and you wake up being like, what happened? Because I didn't even realize it was that thick.
Yes.
So where you are, and yes, somebody said freedom is precious.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you're in the place, you finally, and baby, we Tennessee girls. So listen,
Hey.
transfer from Tennessee here in Georgia. Yeah, here in Georgia. And now you are finally getting together, getting the mindset right, understanding what your purpose is, knowing that you can use your gifts to accentuate your purpose. So now, how do you get people to buy into your vision?
Okay, so at the end of 2019, so I start my business in 2012. So I've had Visionology Event Management since 2012. I tell everybody, like, I was so like non entrepreneur educated, nothing. I was trying to save up and didn't even know how much I was needing to save up. I just knew I needed to get an EIN number. Didn't even know what
Mhm.
EIN stood for. I just was told that was kind of the first thing you do in
Right.
business, get an EIN. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, I'm gonna save my money and get an EIN number. Like, EIN is free. So if that's a measuring stick as to how much I didn't know,
Right.
I'm
Boom.
trying to
That's it.
save up, not even know how much I need to save up for something
Mhm.
that's free, right?
Mhm.
So
That's a message
I
in and of itself, y'all. We're gonna come back and talk about that one. Look, saving up for what's already free, baby. That's a whole nother look. Y'all see, I'm gonna have to bring Kellye back. It's that piece right there that y'all didn't catch, but I made sure you got it. So come on, we're gonna talk about it another time. But come on, Kellye.
okay, and did. So I made so many mistakes. In mistake number one, besides not having a renewed mind, we'll say this is 1B. I wasn't surrounded with the right people to help move my business forward. I am a loner in my was a loner. I could do it. I was a single parent. So I had single parent syndrome. It's just me all by myself, like, the Kevin Hart. Like,
Right.
that's mistake number two. You
Mm.
can't do this alone. Like, I
Mm.
don't care who you are. You can be the size of the Eiffel Tower. You cannot, nobody's strong enough to take this journey alone. Like, I
Mm.
don't care who you are.
Take the S off the chest, baby. Take it off.
Exactly. I don't listen. I threw that. Listen, I done gave I gave my cape to Goodwill. Now it needs to be burned because I don't even want nobody needs to have that type of pressure.
Whoo, what you talking about? And it's
I
so
don't even
many
want to get that
people.
cape away. I want to burn that cape.
Thank you, because it's time not to be the martyr and absorb everything for everybody while you slowly dying inside.
Listen.
At the end of the day, in order for your purpose to be, it's like a vehicle. In order for it to move forward, you got to have some gas. And if you keep
Yes.
on riding around, look, you riding around, you getting it. You riding
Yeah.
around, you getting it. You riding around, and then you then ran out of gas, and now you is broke down, broke, busted, and disgusted, stressed out, overwhelmed, full
Yes.
of anxiety, depressed, because you just didn't want to ask for help to
Yes.
get the assignment accomplished.
Yeah. Period. Period. And so I, over the course between 2012 and 2019, wasn't making the money I wanted to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quit and started back just because I'm overwhelmed, trying to do it by myself, not knowing what to do, not having the resources, not having the tools, not having the information, not having the people that to surround me that were like me.
Yeah.
So in the midst of all this, let's talk about the people that you surround yourself with. And this is exhausting. It really is exhausting having to shrink yourself around the people you give the most time to.
Mm.
Think about the mental fortitude that places in your mind. Like, you got to go, and I can't talk about certain things, or I can't talk about the things that I'm passionate about. I don't want to seem like I'm bragging. I don't want to seem like all I talk about is business. It's not business. It's what I'm passionate about. It's two separate things.
Come on
And the
and
people
clear
who
it
don't
up.
understand won't understand that, right? So instead of
Yes.
going out and finding new friends, I hate that no new friends crap. Instead of going out and finding new friends, getting connected to people who think like you, it's more comfortable to shrink ourselves than to overcome the fear of meeting new, introducing yourself to people.
Ooh, come on, Kellye. Say it one more time. Somebody put that. Y'all better start typing in the chat for your sisters who might not get it. It's more, you would rather shrink yourself
Mm-hmm.
to fit in with foolishness
Yes.
than to step out and be great and let somebody else step up to
Yes.
your greatness level.
But the suppression is in the comfort zone. What sense? That
Mm,
don't even make sense saying it.
it
Your
does not.
suppression is in your comfort zone. So that's where you rather dwell. That doesn't even make sense. Versus I'm scared to open my mouth and introduce myself to someone. Not knowing the moment you do that, that could be a connection. And now you're connected with their network. They're connected with your network. Now you've
And it
grown your
only takes
network
one
exponentially.
person. It
Yes,
only
one
takes
person.
one person.
One
But
person
because
grows your
when they say
network
close,
exponentially.
thank
Yes,
you. When they say closed mouths don't get
yes,
fed, it's also saying that when you keep your mouth closed, when you don't even, because sometimes it's a simple hello, hey, how you doing? My name is.
absolutely.
It's something just that simple. And I'm telling you that we can find commonalities. I remember we had went to visit, we went to New Orleans and it was a breakfast at the hotel. You know how they have the breakfasts there. And somebody did something and me and another black lady looked at each other and we didn't even have to speak a word, but we both were thinking the same thing and we
Yes.
looked at each other and then we just smiled and so we got to know each other. But sometimes it doesn't take a lot. It's very simple, but we make it complicated in our heads because we're so fearful that talking to somebody else, they're going to steal what you got, or they're going to, try to, think something about you, or, you just feel so uncomfortable. But that's what it takes if you're going to move into your purpose.
Right. So let's talk about that really quick and then we can move on.
Come on.
So the renewed mind doesn't um think about that as fear. The enemy can't get me, can't hold me back with me not introducing myself to someone. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a renewed mind and I know how this works, right? I know how we are designed. We are social beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
enemy will trick us because fear is nothing but a trick of the enemy because it's not even real, right?
Right.
So he will use that, don't talk to them, or use that fear to keep you suppressed, to keep you
Mm-hmm.
in your box of to keep you going back to the people that no longer serve you, to keep you
Ooh,
from the people who don't even speak your language, right? To
right.
keep you from the people you got to go back and suppress. The enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So
Yes.
anything that you're fearful about, I tell people you need to run towards it and really call it out. Why am I fearful of this? I was
Mm-hmm.
afraid of public speaking for years. 2
Mm-hmm.
years ago, you wouldn't have caught me on nobody's live. I'm not doing any interviews because I am scared of public speaking, which the enemy gave me in the 5th grade in Miss Week science class at Westside Elementary, Springfield, Tennessee. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, the enemy told me in the 5th grade, sitting in that chair, you do not need to public speak because you stutter.
Mm.
She called on me to read out of, we had books back then. She
Right.
called on me
Right.
to read out of the book. For some reason, that particular day, I was stuttering over my words. I just couldn't get it out. But the enemy planted a seed in me that I stuttered and I do not need to public speak ever. And I was afraid of that until 2020, like last year.
Wow.
That was 5th grade. I was 45 last year. So do
Wow.
you see how
But the
he
lesson
worked on us? He got time too. He started on
right.
us early.
Right, but be careful who or what you allow to speak into your
Yes,
future because
yes,
to shut it down, you just think
yes.
about the people that I'm gonna break this necklace. Look, guess I did. So anyway, look, they broke the whole necklace. But anyway, when you allow people to speak into you or to
Mhm.
set you up, if y'all think about, sometimes you may be as a little child and you love to sing and you're around the house and you're happy and you're singing and your mom or dad or somebody maybe saying, get somewhere and sit down and shut your mouth. In your mind, you take that as I
Yes,
never need to sing because nobody
yes,
wants to hear my voice.
yes,
And you have shut down and kept the world from experiencing
yes,
something amazing.
yes,
You allowed somebody to tell you stuttering in the 5th grade in 2020. From then, look at all the people that could have been
yes,
impacted had
yes,
you had the confidence in
yes,
yourself to speak before then. Come on. Somebody said,
yes.
that's me. My coaching class broke that curse just last year. Hey,
Mhm.
man, come on.
And see,
Come
I
on,
didn't
Kellye.
I
You
didn't
help my
have
folks with this.
anybody to affirm to negate that thought that the enemy planted. My mom did the best she could. She couldn't teach me
Mhm.
what she wasn't taught. but the enemy knows your situation. Even as
Yes.
Don't think the enemy ain't after your kids, okay? Don't think he's not after your kids. That's why it's so important for us to affirm our children and nurture their gifts and talents, because I wasn't nurtured in that way. So whatever he gave me, I'm a child. I don't know how to combat that.
Right.
It's a thought. And because I stuttered that day, I kept that thought until the age from 5th grade to age 45. And then even last year, again, revelation, the right people, the right information, right? I'm like, why am I afraid? I can talk to someone one-on-one for hours. But the minute I knew that a camera or anything, a recorder was on, I'm done. I'm shut down. And I'm like, why is this happening? And again, another revelation. The enemy's trying to keep me from talking. He'll allow you to talk to one person, but don't turn on Al Gore's internet, honey, and be able to talk to thousands of people at one time. Tell your story, share your testimony. He don't want that. So he was trying to suppress me, and I allowed him to all these years. And another reason I was afraid of public speaking, because I proclaimed I was afraid of public speaking. That's what manifested itself, because I was speaking, and in my mind, I was afraid. So that fear, it was brought to reality. I made it a reality. I made a lie reality.
Wow. And that goes to say that, the Bible, of course, says life and death is in the power of the tongue. Tammy says, the enemy knows the power in our words. Absolutely. And you have to be careful, because they always say, if you want to know where you are right now, it comes from what you said last year, 5 years ago. If you want to know where you want to be in your future, then start speaking those things that are not as though they are, so that they manifest themselves. There's so much power, but because we aren't really taught that, because we aren't really, you can hear people say it, but you're one, not taught it, or two, if you've heard it, you don't believe it enough to start doing it. And so it speaks to, when you hear things like this, it's time to stop and pay attention to what's been coming out of your mouth and looking at what your reality is, and then start changing that thing, because it's never too late. I don't care. Like you said, it may have taken you to 45, but look at you now. Look at what you've accomplished. Look at what you've been able to bring other people together to create an amazing community like the SheEO district, where you can share your voice and your wisdom and your knowledge and your skills and your gifts and your talent and your purpose, all of that coming together along with your vision to give people an opportunity to be where they are right now. Tuning in to hear you say, when I was in the 5th grade, I was stuttering, but look at me now, talking to a community of almost 3,000 people, and it's growing, right? So yes, the power of the tongue. Come on, y'all. It's not too late. Y'all better come on and support this thing. Come on, Kellye.
So fast forward 2019, the end of 2019, God gave me the vision for the SheEO district. And the vision was so vast. I tell my story. I told God no, because at the time I wasn't associated with the people to help move this vision forward. I didn't have the financial resources at the time to move the vision forward. This was such a vast vision. So what you see now with SheEO, just imagine just receiving that and not having anything to make it come to pass. And so I told God no. Basically, and I know, like, oh, bro, you got the wrong person. But thanks, but you got the wrong person, okay?
You got me messed up, Lord.
Right.
Look, what Moses said, not me, Lord, because I'm up in here stuttering and can't get nothing right. Get Aaron to do this thing, because I can't do it.
And one of the reasons I told him no, because I thought about it, I'm like, anybody with a platform like that, they are speakers. They're public speakers. Like, no, that's not me. And God said to me, like, literally, as if I'm talking to you right now, Angela, he said, I called you to lead. I didn't call you to speak. So he just shoved that right off the
Maybe he gave
excuse
you a good
table.
punch. Then we said, boy,
Yeah,
let me go on and help you with this thing here.
exactly.
Listen,
Yes. Who gonna check the boot? God, and did.
God, look,
Okay. He said,
and,
I called you to
and
lead. I didn't call you to speak.
girl, see, and
Not knowing that the obedience would get me out of that fear and help me to overcome. I would get free from that bondage of being afraid to public speak by being
Jesus.
obedient with SheEO. I literally no longer have that fear like at all. Like I can officially say it is gone. It's
Amen.
gone. It is literally gone.
But look at God and look at how, even in the midst of you saying no, God still allowed it to come to pass.
Yes.
When you go back to the Bible, when Moses said, "Not me, I'm not going to be the one doing that," call
Right.
Aaron. God still
Yes.
allowed the vision and the purpose
Yes.
to manifest itself, because he was like, okay, let Aaron go out the step, but when you get ready to go, I need you to hold your hand up so that they can cross the Red Sea.
Yes.
I need you to be the one to go and do this, that, and the third. So
Yes.
either way, it's still, even when you said no, his plan still prevailed.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm telling you, honey, they is like all glory to God.
Yes.
Erica said,
Yes.
amen. Somebody said, won't he do it?
And he
Somebody
did.
said, we have to speak life daily. God has qualified us. Trusting God is key. Believing
Yes.
in ourselves is key.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
Tammy said, God will make provisions for what he called us to do.
Yes.
Honey, Cynthia Marie said that this is the true meaning of you don't have to stay there.
Boom.
Come on, y'all better catch it
Boom.
in that movement of you don't have to
Boom.
stay there. That's such a powerful thing, because no matter where you think you are, that doesn't mean that you can't elevate and dominate
Right.
wherever you are. But you
Right.
have to first start speaking those things,
Yes.
believing those things, and then doing those things so that it can come to pass. So
Yes.
girl, come on, Kellye.
Yes.
You have done all that and then some. So now wait a minute. So you went and you and your good girlfriends got together and y'all did this. It was the people that you already knew that helped you to move this forward. Is that right?
No, ma'am.
Come on and speak about
it. No, ma'am. I can honestly say Jasmine and Ilyasa, I've probably known them now for no more than 4 years. 4 years would be a stretch. But everybody, the relationship that I have now, the sisterhood that I have now, are literally 4 years or less, and most in less than a year. And no one would know. No one would know. And because, listen, if y'all don't catch anything else tonight, what I'm about to say, listen, we put God in a box when we associate him with time. We put God in a box when we associate God with time. God is time, so he can't work in it. He can't work in something that he is. He is time. God works in seasons, right? So we have to, through our personal development and renewing our mind, understand when you come into a season and when that season is up. And that has to do with people, place, and things. We sometimes get loyal to a fault for years, attaching and associating ourselves with people that we were just meant to be that with them or associated with them for a season. Not to say they're now an enemy, but we're devoting too much time to people that were seasonal, right?
Too much loyalty,
like
exactly.
With fruit or something that's living, you eat it too much, you eat it out of season. Some stuff you might die. Right. And we do that. We chew on and we attach ourselves and we're dead on the inside. Right. But because we're loyal and they're day ones and things of that nature. Look at the day ones. I have some day ones and they are still operating and have the fruit of day one. Like, no, we can't judge people, but the Bible says we can judge a man's fruit. Right. So if you're not producing fruit, we are living beings. We are to produce living things. We're not supposed to be sitting up with this rotten tree with these rotten leaves, these dead leaves hanging on to the leaves. Leaves, when things die, the leaves just let it go.
Baby, let's let it. Look, Matthew said, let them folks go. Let them go.
Listen, the tree lets it go so that it can replenish and continue to grow.
Yes. And you know what? And it's like God is giving you so many signs from nature. You can look
Mm-hmm.
at nature.
Mm.
You can look at how the birds don't stick around, honey, when it's time, when the season, they is flying south, baby. They
They
is
look.
in Florida somewhere chilling. Like, baby, it's hot down here, boo. Y'all can stay out there. You can stay there if you want to. But see,
Listen.
we stay in places or with people or in things that no longer serve us, and we don't exercise the opportunities to move on. We
Yes.
seem to think that it's something special about holding
Yes.
on to
Yes.
something that no longer. Who
Yes.
said bye, Shaquita? Girl, come on, bye. Look, peace. I ain't mad. Look, we good, but I'm out.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And so fast forward, God gave me this vision. I told him no. December 2019. So fast forward, March 2020, the pandemic hits, right? And God is still dealing with me about this vision, right? And I'm like, God, look, I don't know what my life is gonna look like. I can't be launching nothing in no pandemic. The world is in such a disarray. Let me just fall back and gather myself, because I'm no good for anybody right now, right? So I believe, God, me and God, that's my dog. And I believe, like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little pass with that, because it is a little mad. I know, I see what's going on. I'm still in control. I see what's going on. I'm gonna give you a little pass, right? So June, he didn't give me a pass for long, okay? So June 2020, he came back to me, like, literally, like, what's up? Like, literally, like, what's up? I ain't ask you no more. What's up? Because sometimes us in our natural arrogant minds, think that we're the only people, not that we're the only people that can do it, but don't think that God gonna beg you to do what he needs to get done in the earth. He's gonna put the anointing on you, that anointing, that oil on you, to grace you with the vision. But don't think he can't give that same vision to someone else who's gonna be obedient.
Oh, come on and talk about Saul and David, baby. Saul was up there trying
Listen,
to
because
booty king
you
until the
can't stop
anointing
what
left.
God has in the earth. He's gonna
Thank
get his
you.
word gonna get out with or without you. He has a billion other people to ask, right?
Ooh,
You should be honored that he gave you a vision.
come
And
on,
how
Jamaica.
arrogant of me to even say no in December.
When
God
he
is
said, I'm
not,
gonna try to
that's
give
why
you
he
that.
gave us free will. He gives it to us. We accept it or we don't. We accept it. It's going to be a challenge, but we also, and I'm living in the blessing, the favor, and the benefit of saying yes. It has been rough. What you see here is not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy. But because of my renewed mind, I'm able to press forward when life happens. We done got too comfortable with letting life take us out.
Ooh, come
We done got
on.
real comfortable in allowing life to take us out. Our first line of defense is quitting.
In anything, I mean,
I don't care
that's
anything.
why divorce is so prevalent. People don't want to
Marriages,
work it out. You want to
relationships,
get, yes, you want to
business.
get a divorce. You want to
Quitting
stop
is
it.
our
Yes.
first line of defense. And he knows that. We're comfortable in quitting. Like, that's a tool that we have against life. What? That's why life beats us down. That's why we will get ahead, and then life comes and we find ourselves not even in the same spot that we started. You 4 steps behind where you even started. So the enemy knows that. So he'll send life in to get you, because he knows if history repeats itself, oh, she not gonna withstand this. She gonna quit.
Look, he'll be like, it don't take much. Look,
It don't take much.
Do a little something. It ain't gonna take a whole lot.
It don't take much. Okay, so my renewed mind, even though life was happening, even in a pandemic, I started the SheEO district. And when I said yes to God in June, when I tell you, it's like the floodgates open with resources, the floodgates open with the right people. God gave me the people to ask. I asked them, they said yes. I gave them the vision, right, that God had given me. They still said, yes, let's do it. We're going to work through this together. Right. And it wasn't by happenstance that each leader, we were all on the same level as far as our business, as far as tapping into our purpose. So I have literally linked arms and getting the power and the strength and support with 6 other people that I didn't have before. How awesome is that?
Girl, Tammy said all he wants is a
If
yes.
you think you're gonna do this thing alone, man, you're gonna. I'm not saying you're gonna get there, but why not collapse time and leverage relationships that you have to get you to your goal?
And
The thing about it is right. You find if you're not connected with the right people, it's gonna take longer than God designed it to take.
Yes, absolutely. I was looking at Cynthia Marie saying that she's going through this now, building my team as God leads me. Yes. And you know, the thing about it that I want to share with you is that if you look at, Erica says, the Fantastic Seven, if you look at all of us and where we are now compared to where we were October of 2020, imagine had you not said yes, where any of us would have been. So sometimes you don't realize that your yes is not always for you. Your yes is for other people. And because you choose not to do so, it not only hinders your growth, but it can hinder and impact other people. As you slow up their life, then you're slowing up the people who they're assigned to. So it is a domino effect because you don't step up and do what you're called to do. You slow that process. Same as Moses, same as the children of Israel going around the mountain for 40 years. Instead of 4 days. You know what I'm saying? It could have been accelerated. They could have been already enjoying the land of milk and honey, but they was complaining and not in alignment and not saying yes and doing whatever they needed to be doing, to where it took them 40 years. Now they made it, but some of the people who started out couldn't get there because somebody just did not be obedient when they should. Honey, somebody who was just said, your yes, Cynthia, your yes changed my life in 3 months. Come on, girl, with the testimony.
Oh,
Tammy said we delay the blessings of others when we don't move.
Yes.
Jamaica says your yes is not only for you, it's for others. Come on, y'all. Y'all is getting the high. Y'all is understanding the assignment. Listen, with being in position like this, you know, people don't understand, and it's not to say that it's easy, but when God gives you something, he also gives you provision. It's not that you have to see, you know, I believe Martin Luther King said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. Take that step as that step becomes visible to you, so that before you know it, because who would have thought in a 12-month period of time we would be where we are right now? Now, the crazy thing about it is God operates not just in addition and subtraction, but in multiplication. So what happens to now? What's where we at today in 2022? We're gonna look back and it's gonna be a 10-year span of where we would have been. So y'all better lock arms and connect with us. You got somebody you love, you better tell them to get with the SheEO district now, because what this is God ordained and God destined to move people to a whole nother level. So if you're questioning where you are right now, or you got people who are looking for something major, somebody who, because sometimes it's not all about what you see, it's where you need to be at. Sometimes we think we need to be over here, but God is trying to tell you, you better get where I plant you, so that when it's watered and the sun is shining and all of the good things are going on underneath the soil, boom, you're going to blossom and bloom, and it's going to be so much better than what you ever imagined. But you got to get in the right place. Like they said, so what is it? When you sow seeds into fertile ground. This right here is fertile ground. Let me see what Matthew gave us a dissertation. Folks get scared that they might cost them everything. Lord, you lead and I follow. What you are doing this season, don't do it. Come on, Matthew. Don't do it without me. My soul said, yeah, we done had a whole work of Reverend Dr. Kellye. Hey, Bowens is on here, honey, giving us a good sermon. And Matthew is on the Hallelujah corner, letting us know that don't do nothing without me in this season, God. Please don't. Tammy said, thank you for sharing your gifts and stepping into your purpose. This day will change.
All glory to God. All glory to God. And look, when you're connecting yourself with the SheEO district, don't even associate me with it. I'm just the vessel. The SheEO district is its own living organism. Like it is its own living organism. It is not even, it has nothing to do with me, like at all. I am a partaker in the SheEO district. Just like when you go deep sea diving, or not deep sea diving, but you know how you put the goggle on or whatever, you see this coral, and for some, if a boat ran into it and not knowing what it was, it would crash your boat. Like you would think of it as something that's in the way, right? But once you get down and you see the coral, it's a living organism, and people are feeding, the fish feed off of this coral, right? And the fish are vibrant. It's such a beautiful thing when you go, I forgot what you call it, but snorkeling. Such a beautiful thing when you go snorkeling and see all these different color fish, and it's just so peaceful. And but they're eating off of this big mass, this coral, and it is literally a living organism. And that's how I view SheEO. I am a partaker of the SheEO coral. My life has changed tremendously since connecting with the SheEO district. So I am a partaker of the SheEO just as much as I am the founder. SheEO belongs to God. I am just blessed with, have been blessed with the resources and the favor and the people to help move it forward. So don't put me in a category with SheEO. SheEO is God. I am not God. I'm just following instructions the best I can daily to move the vision forward.
How powerful is that? When you have somebody who gives it all to God, because at the end of the day, He is the source. He is the source, the resource. He is the everything. Whatever you do, put your trust in Him, that He gives you what you need to move forward, but it's still all for His glory.
Yes.
And I love being connected to someone who truly believes that, truly walks and lives and talks that. So if y'all have any questions for Kellye, come on, put some things in here, because I'm telling you, it takes a lot, for her running Visionology event management. You not only did that, what year did you say you started it?
2012.
2012. So in 2012, she started it, but from 2020 to 2021, it has she has just expanded it to even greater heights. So tell them how you took that concept and how you reinvented it or just added to it to make it even more than what it started out as.
So SheEO mainly, our makeup is, I would say, 90% entrepreneurs, business owners, and anyone who is aspiring to to start a business. And so I knew the challenges I had when I first started in business, because although, again, I started my business in 2012, I really wasn't profitable in business, I would say, until probably 2015, 2016. And no, I would say 2017. Let's say 2017.
Okay.
So for 5 years, because I didn't know what I was doing, I was ignorance on fire, and ignorance on fire gets burnt up. Ignorance on fire gets burnt out. Ignorance on fire and by yourself hits itself up against brick walls. Ignorance on fire wastes a lot of time and a lot of money, right? So I was making all these mistakes, getting overwhelmed, quitting, right? Because I did not know. I didn't have the resources. I didn't have the support. I didn't have the education. And so SheEO was started to help. And I couldn't find that balance. Yeah. I didn't know how to find that balance. Work life, work and home balance. And so I started SheEO to help women, one, utilize their gifts and talents. And really at the core, it is really for us to get over in purpose. And I know a lot of women who are very talented, who even my age still struggle with knowing what their purpose is. One, we as women, we will suppress us faster than a male counterpart will. And it's just our makeup. That's just how God made us. We will suppress ourselves to move everybody else forward. Right? So we suppress our gifts and talents. We suppress our purpose. So even though, right, you put your life aside and suppress, the gifts that God gave you, you are still distracted. You are still not going, you're still off. You're not on the right path. You're not on the path you're supposed to be in because you're off the path of purpose. You can disguise, the trees can be all green, off the beaten path in the wrong direction. Your life can be a whole distraction. And I teach in my E2 courses, I break down the word distraction, right? It's the word which means to disassociate or pull apart, take away from, right? Traction. And so traction, you're still moving forward, right? So we are moving forward in the wrong direction. Basically, is a distraction. So distraction is not stopping somebody. So traction means moving forward. We're distracted, and because we're moving forward, we think we're still progressing. We think we're doing the right thing, right? The enemy tricks us because we're moving forward and we have success, right?
Come on, Kellye.
We got our jobs. We got our 2 kids. We got our picket fence. We look good on social media. Distraction. If you're not in purpose, you're distracted. You're distracted, boo. Sorry. That's not what you were not here to make. So you make yourself look good on social media with your 2 kids and your good job. That's a distraction, sis. If you're not in purpose, you're distracted. You didn't understand. You don't understand the assignment.
I was going to say you don't understand. Listen,
you don't understand the assignment just yet. You understand the assignment of what society says is success. You don't understand the assignment of what God deems to be a success.
Come on, girl. Tammy said, an excuse is rooted in fear.
And
listen, you are going up the ladder, but you on the wrong house.
Right. Yes. So distraction, you going fast in the wrong direction.
In the wrong direction.
You going fast. Look, and the enemy is patient. He has time. He can get you an inch off course. He can get you a foot off course daily, distracted. Look how far you're off path in a year.
That's powerful right there.
So if nothing else, like get in the word, get into personal development, get around the right people so that you can get on purpose. I promise you, your business is going to grow. Your mind is going to be clear. You're going to get to a place of freedom where you really don't care what people think about you. Because a lot of reason why we are in the same place. We fear people and what people are going to say. How people are going to how they're going to feel about what we're doing. When at the end of the day, really, when we think about it, people ain't really checking for us like that. That's another trick. Ain't nobody really checking for you like that for you to make life decisions based off of what somebody gonna think.
Wait a minute, Kellye. Listen, I know. Say it one more time because somebody need to hear that piece right there.
We make life decisions based off of what we think people are gonna think or say about our decisions.
Somebody put that in the chat, please.
We literally make life decisions not to do something when we know it's going to change our life, but we're scared of what somebody's going to say, how somebody's going to feel, how they're going to react. And they ain't really checking for us like that.
Girl, they is over somewhere doing their own thing. Girl, they is not even worried. They probably ain't even seen your post. They probably don't even know about your business.
Another trick of the enemy. Another trick. That's another trick. Living for people and having a fear of people.
And what they say.
What if I start a business and my business fails? So what? I know what not to do the next time, and I'm gonna start another one.
It's okay. Erica said, "Ain't nobody checking for you, boo." God,
period.
Go do what God said. Go do what God said. Come on now.
Period.
If y'all don't get anything else, but wait a minute, one more time. Let me read for Erica. Ain't nobody checking for you, boo. Go do what God said.
Period.
Because guess what? The people who you out here worried about, they got to live their life too.
Okay.
And so what if you fail? It's okay. Like Kellye said, figure out what you did wrong. Because don't y'all know the greatest people didn't get it right the first time? They had to work at that thing. They had to fail and fail forward. Every time Thomas Edison did
Yes.
something, shocked his behind when he was trying to print the light
Right.
bulb, he said, oops, better not do that one again. Let
Right.
me
Right.
rewind this thing another way,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It takes you moving and taking an opportunity to not get it right in order to figure out how to get it
Yes.
right. But if you're so caught up in what everybody else saying, you will never get
Yes.
there.
Yes.
You'll be paralyzed by somebody else's foolishness, and they are
Yes.
over here living their best life, not
Yes.
even thinking about you.
Yes. I fail. I am falling and failing into success daily. So I embrace my mistakes because that's an opportunity. I own it and think, and it's an opportunity for me to learn and do better. How can you ever learn if you never make mistakes?
Come on. They should have released somebody right there. You cannot allow the fear of making a mistake because nobody's perfect. We're not out
Mm-mm.
here in these streets perfect. We're not. And the fact that you are doing something push you 95, 96, 97% ahead of people who are doing nothing.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Right.
whether you fail or not, you're still way ahead of the game. And
Yes.
when you realize that, see, the enemy will have you thinking that everybody laughing at you. Baby, trust and believe. People may look and see what you're doing, but they're looking at you thinking, wow, she really doing it. Wow, she really out here, moving forward. Wow, she's doing what she said she was going to do. Don't underestimate the power of motion.
Yes. Yep.
Move. I don't care if
Move.
do you think that Michael Jordan, when he went and did a slam dunk and it didn't go in, that he stopped and just said,
Right.
oh, I'm not going to shoot ball again.
Right.
I'm done because I missed that shot?
Right.
No. He went right on down the court,
Right.
got the ball again, came
Right.
back and hit a 3-pointer.
Right.
Next
Look,
time.
Look,
Right?
if this little piece of paper is the slam dunk, is the slam dunk that we going, the Nike, the Jordan thing, if that's what we remember, then here are all the attempts. This is the pad of all the attempts. All we see is this. We don't even care about this. So what if he was worried about this? He couldn't get to this one piece of paper. This is what this looks like. This is success, and this is all the failures. You have to have this in order to get to this.
Right.
Because this is the one thing that's going to change your life. And look, we take that one failure off the thing, and we just throw the whole thing away.
Baby,
I failed this one time. I'm gonna throw the whole thing away.
We done.
I'm done. Yeah.
Listen.
We throw the whole thing away, and we miss it.
Do you know that when women are pregnant and you're getting ready to have the baby, and for some women you have what they call Braxton Hicks, meaning that you have contractions, you like, oh, it's time, I got to get to the hospital. I know I'm about to have the baby. I know I'm about to have the baby. Well, do you seriously think that when they tell you no, you're just having Braxton Hicks gone back home, that you're not going to have that baby? The baby is coming. It's just not coming right now. But that don't mean that you go and be like, oh, well, shoot, I ain't having no baby then. Shoot, you forget that. I'm not having this kid. No, you're pregnant still.
Yes.
And that purpose has to be birthed out.
Yes.
But it's not going to stop just because the conditions were not right for the baby to be birthed right then.
Yes.
It just means that you continue to keep doing what you're doing. You continue to keep eating right, taking your prenatal vitamins, going and seeing your doctor, walking around and doing things, preparing and nesting and creating the environment for your child. And when it comes, then you have everything in place. Because see, maybe the Braxton Hicks was to say that you're really not ready right now. Like Kellye said earlier in the broadcast, my mind got to get right. I got to get prepared. I need to be, ready for this purpose that's about to be birthed out of me. But you got to, come on, Tammy, keep on moving forward. Don't stop.
Correct.
See, you can't let something that may seem like it's not going to happen keep you from what's really getting ready to take place. You got to keep moving forward. And if you got people in your ear that's telling y'all, see, I told you, girl, you were going to have no baby today. I told you, girl, you need to come on back and sit down and want your time. People would tell you and they will throw you off course, but you can't allow somebody to speak into you who's not doing anything themselves.
Yeah.
Period.
And to Angela, try to hold that baby in if you want to, longer than what it's supposed to be there. You could die. And it's a lot of us dead on the inside because we know we're not doing what we were sitting here to do. We know that. And we find ourselves unfulfilled. That was me at 35. I'm making $150,000. I felt unfulfilled. Like, I'm not driven by money. God, I've made, what society would say is a good amount of money for, for
Right.
middle class or whatever. But I was feeling unfulfilled. I left my corporate job to fulfill my purpose because
Mm,
I that's more valuable to me than money. Now, I'm not saying I don't need money, but God is going to restore me back to that place. And it's not going to be dependent on if somebody comes in and says you no longer need it
mm-hmm.
or whatever. Because there's no such thing as job security, right?
Boom.
And I'd
Exactly.
rather have God write my checks than man writing my checks. Okay. And so it's a lot of us walking around dead on the inside because we've been holding the baby too long. We done held the baby too long. And so now God will give that baby to someone else. And sometimes you may see it in your face, the very vision that God gave to you that you rejected. And so now you just have now that feeling of emptiness because I rejected the vision that God gave me out of fear.
Mm, Who somebody said, that's right, favor will take you where money
Yes.
can't.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the crazy thing about it is the enemy will have you think that life is happening, that I have to stop doing this or not be around here or whatever to take you away from what your destiny
Yes.
is. And we get so caught up in what happens with life that we start gravitating away from the one thing that is going to take us where we need to
Yes.
go. Be
Yes.
mindful of something that makes you feel like you need to leave, what's showing you as being
Mm.
prosperous,
Mm.
what's showing you as being a good influence for you. Be
Mm-hmm.
mindful of that because see, people will try to take you away from the very thing that's going to bless you.
Yeah.
So you got to be very careful
Yeah.
about how you move. You got to be very careful about how you see things because sometimes you got to start looking at with your spiritual eye, not with
Yes.
your natural eye.
Yeah.
See, a lot of times we get caught up, but if you can just stay the course, if you can just trust the process,
Yes.
believe me, the rewards far exceed
Man.
whatever
Yes.
you're going through in life right now.
Yes. Yes. And don't get caught up on, yes, God is going to provide all our needs, but he didn't say that will always come in the form of a paycheck or
Mm.
coins. The favor is real. That I get paid in favor. I God compensates me. It's a whole nother life that you experience living in purpose. On paper, the life I live wouldn't even make sense. Like that, my accountant would say, like, how are you doing? Like, what? I get paid in a whole lot of favor. A whole lot of favor. Right? So what's not there with a dollar amount is made up in favor. And guess
Mm.
what? God uses people to be a blessing to me. And that's why you can't just go around here acting crazy and treat people any old kind of way. God uses people to be a blessing to you. So you need to master the art of being a people person. I'm not saying a people pleaser. Just be kind, be nice, show the love of God. It's not an air that you have to put on. Just be kind and nice. It takes a lot of effort for me to try to be mean. I don't like that. I don't
Mm-hmm.
like that negative. I just don't like negativity at all. And I catch myself when I have myself, because you got to bring your thoughts under suppression, like the Bible says.
Right.
Our mind will take us places that we don't want to
Baby.
go and have us staying way too long. Okay. And so
Woo, what you talking about?
again, that personal development, you got to tell your mind what to do. You got to wake up and tell your mind. You got to wake up and tell your body what it's going to do every day. Otherwise, it will consume you. And that's why people say you got me out of character. Nobody got
Mm-hmm.
you out of character. You did that because
Mm.
your reaction. You haven't trained your mind to react properly. Nobody can get you out of character.
Come on, Kellye, and preach. Let me tell you, I listened to Pastor PG earlier today, and she was saying the reason why you want to cuss people out, you feed your flesh more than you feed your spirit.
Yes.
If you was to get in the word and get in prayer time and talk to God like you're supposed to, then the desire to do that, people can't take you out of character
Yes.
if you're already where you're supposed to be in
Right.
alignment with God. But because you look at all the foolishness, because
Yeah.
you're looking at everybody, all these fights on Facebook, and you are over here listen to all this music and stuff, and you're pouring things into your flesh is going to react in kind.
Yep.
But when you are
Yeah.
lined up and you're feeding your spirit, just like you eat food every day,
Yeah.
tap into them
Yeah.
scriptures. Tap into some prayer life. Tap into some one-on-one time. When you start feeding your spirit, then when things happen, you don't nut up so quickly. You're
Right.
not so quick to give up or
Right.
to, chuck it away or to, talk foolish about it. You are going to stay the course because you already know what's
Yeah.
coming ahead. You just got
Yeah.
to stay and focus and trust God with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And
Listen, I'm
this has
telling
been
y'all,
awesome.
this has been awesome. Hope y'all, I know that you got some good stuff because of the comments. And I'm going to tell y'all that meeting Kellye Bowens, if you don't know her, she is somebody that you need. Y'all know how they say, the 100 most influential people. Well, y'all, she's influential. You
Mhm.
need to connect with her because I'm telling you, at the end of the day, what Kellye does for you is from the heart with pureness, and you can't really say that about a lot of people, and there's motives behind things. Bottom line, the SheEO district community is for people who are looking for a sisterhood that sincerely wants to see you win, that sincerely wants to see you be the best version of you that you can be, that wants to give you an opportunity to promote your business and to make those connections and to get that one person who can change the whole
Yes.
trajectory of your life,
Yes.
to give you accountability, to give you what you need. Go to www.thesheodistrict.com and get connected with this amazing organization. When I tell you what the community that Kellye has created, and come on, Tammy, come on, listen. Kellye, I said Reverend Dr. Kellye, but listen, we got Reverend Dr. Tammy on here talking
Listen
about
and do. Okay,
we
Tammy.
can't see the enemy coming. Yes, you can see. Come on, y'all. They in here preaching and speaking tonight. Let me see what Erica got. Genuine sisterhood is a beautiful thing. www.thesheodistrict.com. Come on. That's what I want y'all to make sure you tap in, get connected. Tonight and the rest of this month, we all need to be able to invite 5 people and let's quadruple where we are right now
Yes.
because it's powerful and there's strength in numbers. And when you
Yes.
bring like-minded women together, when you bring people who are wanting to collaborate and not compete, when
Yes.
you are looking at somebody who says it's not even about me, it's about God, this is
Yes.
I'm getting something from this just like y'all are. When
Yes.
you get the founder to say that, that says a lot. Tammy says, love this, connect to the vine, SheEO
Yes.
district.
Yes.
Listen, when you have people who are in the community shouting out and talking about the community, that's a good thing. I'm
Yes.
telling you, if you missed Kellye, was it yesterday that you talked to Miss Dior with the
Yes.
honey?
Yes.
New to the community and bringing value.
Yes.
That's the level of the connections that is here in the SheEO district. So I want you all to know, Erica, Tammy, Cynthia, Mickey, all the ladies that I've seen in here that have made comments, for all of our SheEO leaders, for everybody who was a part of the different teams, we coming together with a heart and a spirit to serve and to make sure your experience is a great one. One
Yes.
thing I love about Kellye is it's about the experience, and so don't miss out. Kellye, if you can share with the people what you got coming up, what's getting ready to happen for the SheEO district, how can they connect, and what can they expect when they do?
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So thank you so much for allowing me just this minute to plug what's going on in the SheEO district. So tomorrow, when you wake up in the morning, take about 5 minutes extra because the conference site will be live. Early bird registration for conference will be live first thing in the morning. So we are very excited about our conference. It's December the 10th and 11th. So on the 10th, our cares department is hosting a fundraising exchange to raise funds and resources for our cares department. 2020, our goal is to be able to extend grants for women to come into tribe for the SheEO district. We want to be able to send ladies through our SheEO Academy classes and take care of, it's a minimal expense, but we're going through tough times right now. So we just want to be a blessing through our cares department, which is led by the beautiful Piangela Jones and her team. They're doing an amazing job. So we will have a fundraising exchange, and it's Harlem Night themed. So come on and dig in that closet and go to auntie house, granddad house, and you, because they were clean back in the day. Now I ain't saying it to be funny. They were clean back in the day. Okay, you
Cool.
can take a few little notes and nuggets from auntie and grandma and grandpa and all that.
Yes.
Get your Harlem Night theme attire and join us, your suits and your boa feathers and your gloves and all that stuff, and join us on the 10th for our
Mhm.
fundraising exchange. On Saturday morning, December 11th, we will have a Women in Business Marketplace Expo that is sponsored by our marketplace. So we will literally have about 30 vendors selling their products, their services. It's going to be a super big deal on Saturday morning. We're going to shut Atlanta down that weekend. That afternoon, we are hosting our leadership, who is headed by Miss Angela Lewis. Our leadership will be sponsoring our 5P Principles to Living Your Life on Purpose workshop, which will be taught by each one of our senior leaders, Miss Ilyasa Simpson, Miss Jasmine D. Millhouse, Miss Keisha K. Marie Spencer, Miss Paula Hatton, Miss Piangela Jones, Miss Angela Lewis, myself, and myself. And we will also have a keynote speaker for that afternoon as well. So it's going to be just fun and filled education, sisterhood, love. We're going to be doing business together, a lot of networking. But our caveat is our SheEO Gala. Saturday night of the 11th, we will be honoring 12 women that support, 3 women that support our layers of the SheEO district, which is health, business, wealth, and social. So we will have 12 honorees that we are honoring on our during our gala. So it is a very formal affair. I'm actually having my first custom made dress by a designer made for this. So it is going to be so much fun, so much love is going to be in the room, and we're just going to be going to walk away with our hair on fire, ready to just run into 2022. And so again, that website is going to be sheeoconference.com. Tomorrow that site will be live. I definitely would encourage you to take advantage of our early bird special. You're going to probably save about $40 by purchasing your ticket early. We want to make it affordable, so that everyone can make it. But trust me, it will be worth every penny. We actually have our SheEO meetup in Cancun, Mexico, coming up in February. Y'all, we're gonna stay on the move, because look, we're gonna work hard and we're gonna play just as hard. Okay, so we
Yes.
don't live by I'm gonna work, pay bills, and die. Death to that. Death to that. We don't do that over here. So we're going to Cancun, Mexico in February. We have about 20 ladies who are signed up to go. We are all excited about that. Y'all, we just like to have fun over here in the SheEO district. That is what brings us together. We love to go look good. We love to eat. We love to go to the beach. We just have ourselves a good time. And we do find that good balance of home, work life, social life, as we fulfill our 4 layers of health, business, wealth, and social. So y'all, just go to the SheEOdistrict.com. It is literally $1 to join. Just pay $1. It's going to be the best dollar you spend in a dollar that can change your whole life. So just go to SheEOdistrict.com and sign up for Tribe. It is literally $1 for your first 30 days. So we even let you try it out literally for free. Try it out for free, and we guarantee you will not be disappointed. We have so many programs: our SheEO Academy, our marketplace, our accountability program, our leadership program. So many things that we have to offer for little pennies on the dollar, and it far outweighs that money. The value there far outweighs any dollar that we could charge you, because God is our boss. And so he gives us favor that we don't have to beat you over the head with a price point. He provides us with the resources that we need to move this big cruise ship forward.
All right. Listen, y'all heard it here. Go ahead and invest that dollar. Go to the website
$1.
Invest that dollar. I'm telling you, it's so much value in this space. It's so many talented, amazing people who are business owners who can help you get your business together, who can show you how to, start and make sure that you know that the EIN is free, baby. So don't save for it. Don't do like Kellye was doing back in the day. Get that EIN for free. So look, for those of you who don't know yet, you sure can get it for free. So we're going to give you all those tips and tools and strategies. We're going to give you a chance to promote your business on the marketplace. We're going to get people to pray for you when you need some prayer because the CARES team, baby, is all on that thing. You
Own
hear me?
it.
Listen, Ilyas is doing the academy to make sure that you are getting, knowledge. You want to be a consultant, holler at your girl. We're doing a class. I'm doing an interest meeting next Monday. So make sure if that's something you want to do to become an instructor in the academy, to become a person who is going to give value to these amazing women that are becoming part of the SheEO district community, become a consultant, then get with me on Monday night so we can share with you what that looks like. Get with Keisha and get hyped up. Do all the things that you need to do to become a part of this. Like I said, we have an amazing leadership team. We have an amazing visionary founder. So don't miss out. I'm just telling you, it's going to be magnificent. But until then, I think Kellye left off one thing. The 31st. Is it the 31st? We're doing the brunch.
Oh yeah. Hi, Mr. Brunch. Yes, it's the 31st. How did I miss the brunch? I just skipped. I skipped. I got conference on my mind. Trust
Girl,
me.
you done took us to Cancun, baby. Listen, we was all up
Listen.
on the look, we was out there, honey. Beach body fine. That's what it was.
Okay. But yes, we have a networking, a SheEO networking brunch, monthly networking brunch, and our next brunch is on the 31st. So from 12 until 3. We just come together, we eat, and we drink. We have 3 small rounds of small plates that we taste. Not only that, like look, the showstopper it's the mimosas. It's the mimosas for me. So we have monthly morning dew mimosas that sponsor their various flavors of mimosas. So, and we just have a good time. It is literally just some good old fashioned girl time. We cry, we laugh, we dance, right? And we have some amazing speakers, Miss Monica G, Miss Crystal Weems, that will come and partake and share a piece of themselves into us. And it's just a powerful and amazing time. It is a thing when we all get together on one accord, ladies. We make magic happen, man. It is like literally a supernova of energy that takes place when powerful women get together. And so you can go to the SheEOdistrict.com to our events tab and go ahead and purchase. You can use my guest code, coupon code, guest of Kellye, and purchase your ticket and just come on and meet us there. We'd love to meet you.
Yes. So listen, I know we have went a little bit over time, but it was most definitely worth it because y'all got the Reverend Dr. Kellye Bowens dropped an amazing sermon on us tonight. So I'm super excited. Thank you all for tuning into the iShine podcast. We show up to give you information and give you the movers and shakers and the people who are out here being influencers and making an impact. And Kellye Bowens is definitely one of those people. So Kellye, thanks again for allowing us to showcase you for tonight. I love you much. And listen, for everybody who is part of the SheEO district, like I said earlier, bring some people to this community so they can get blessed too. Let's quadruple the amount of people that are here now. I know you got 2 or 3 people that you love enough to say, I want you to be in the best, and it can't get any better than this. So, all right. Love y'all. Have a good one.
Good night.